Hello and welcome to the Angus Report, a news program geared toward cattle producers. I'm Bob Cervera.
And I'm Paige Wallace. From American Angus Association headquarters in St. Joseph, Missouri, we bring you the week's top headlines, including the country's recent string of devastating tornadoes and how cattlemen work to rebuild.
And high cattle prices mean higher prices in the meat case. So what's in store for beef demand?
Recent data show packers paid more for certified Angus beef in 2011. We discuss the increasing demand for quality beef and its effect on price spreads. And the association's Sally Northcutt shows us how to select for calving ease. This is the Angus Report.
Our top story for the week. At least 80 tornadoes ripped through the country earlier this month, leaving destruction across a wide stretch of the Midwest and eastward. Indiana and Kentucky were hardest hit, as 3 other states likewise coped with storm casualties that claimed 39 lives. As local, state, and federal authorities assess damages and assist victims, cattlemen also look to recover what's left of their farms and ranches. The Kentucky Cattlemen's Foundation has initiated a relief fund to assist those who must rebuild their herds, buildings, and fence lines. Visit kycattle.org to donate online or contact the organization for other ways to help cattlemen facing storm losses.
The damage from this month's unseasonally early tornadoes is all too familiar for the residents of Joplin, Missouri, where a massive tornado leveled the town of 50,000 last May and claimed 161 lives. Recovery efforts there are ongoing and will likely take years as more than 450 families remain in temporary government housing. Despite the challenges, the community and surrounding cattle country continue to pull together toward recovery.
The impact of what the tornado really did in Joplin took center stage. For 12 days, we fed first responders, emergency people. We fed right at 12,000 people and provided a meal to those guys for 12 days. We had 137 volunteers. Buildings are being rebuilt. The landscape is still scarred, but the rebuilding that's taking place is really amazing, and how people have come together, not just in Joplin but around the area. It was both tragic and heartwarming at the same time.
Recent data from Certified Angus Beef show a surge in premiums for cattle meeting CAB requirements. Packer reported premiums increased by 40% in 2011 over the year prior. That's $32 million paid to owners of CAB accepted finished cattle last year alone, not including premiums for choice or prime. As Larry Cora of Certified Angus Beef explains, growing demand for quality beef is good news for Angus cattlemen.
Well, it's been an amazing 8 to 10 year period of time in terms of the quality grade and what the beef industry has done. I think we certainly need to be very proud of what we've accomplished, because as an industry, we were not producing as high a quality product as the consuming public wanted. And through a lot of factors, but certainly genetics have contributed an awful lot, we've been able to increase the percentage choice by 8 to 10%. Within our brand, the Certified Angus Beef brand, we've been able to increase the acceptance rates by 6, 7, 8%. And that really has helped us get a product that is coming a lot closer to meeting the consumer demand, but particularly in lieu of the price of our product today, it's extremely important that we do create that type of consumer satisfaction. There's a tremendous economic opportunity out there for more quality.
Grid premiums for CAB accepted calves have totaled more than $350 million during the last 10 years.
As prices remain high at the sale barn, costs also rise in the meat case. As American families look to tighten their budgets, meat finds itself on the chopping block. Kent Faddis with the University of Missouri Extension reports on beef demand in 2012.
In a tough economy, families look for ways to trim the fat from their budgets. Since house and car payments are not flexible, some items are being left off of the grocery list.
Consumers here in 2012 will look at record meat prices and look at eating less meat than they have in a number of years.
Sticker shock at the meat counter can be blamed on the higher cost of feeding animals and the push for alternative fuel, says University of Missouri Extension economist Ron Plain.
40% of the corn we produce in the United States is going to ethanol production. There's less feed available for livestock and poultry, and with less feed comes reduced production.
The amount of meat on the market shrinks again as the demand overseas grows, causing American families to pay even more for what is left. Despite a decline in consumption, economists say overall the U.S. still has a strong appetite for meat compared to other countries.
The average American will eat more pounds of meat this year than any other nationality in the world.
From the University of Missouri, I'm Kent Faddis reporting.
Thanks, Kent. Angus breeders looking for additional reporting methods and more information at weaning processing time now have options with the American Angus Association's MaternalPlus program. The voluntary inventory-based reporting system, formerly known as Pathfinder Plus, is designed to capture reproductive trait data and to expand lifetime productivity measures.
And MaternalPlus going forward, the strength of that program, it's totally voluntary, but it's whole herd reporting. This is something that quite a few members have asked for a long time, and it makes the data more meaningful not only for the member but also for the association. One of the things that's been really important to a lot of us on the board is to drill down a little deeper and try to get at the crux of reproductive efficiency. Reproduction, of course, as all of us know, the first key to making money in the cattle business if you're a cow-calf producer is having a live calf. It's also important on how long you can keep those cows in production and with regard to longevity. And so I think it'll let us get our arms around over time of longevity, stayability, if you will. In other words, how reproductively efficient that cow is.
Enroll in the MaternalPlus program through your AAA login account available at angus.org.
Farmers, ranchers, universities, and others in the ag business celebrated National Agriculture Day March 8th. The Agriculture Council of America organizes the event to celebrate the contributions of agriculture in our daily lives and to encourage every American to understand how safe and affordable food and fiber products are produced. Visit agday.org to learn more about National Agriculture Day and how to continue to celebrate agriculture year-round.
And finally, a Florida paper reports the Florida State Legislature is considering 2 bills that would allow zoos to lease state-owned land for selected animals like giraffes, antelopes, zebras, and other hoofed animals. Much of the land under consideration is already leased to ranchers grazing cattle, and the bill's opponents say zoo animals pose a host of problems, including the introduction of non-native diseases and contaminant hazards. The Tampa Bay Times reports a Senate version of the bill awaits action. Florida's cattle business is one of the 15 largest in the nation. When the Angus Report returns, we continue our discussion on beef prices and the outlook for consumer demand.
Plus, we learn how to identify Cavianese bulls.
Visit angus.org to continue watching this episode of the Angus Report.